Good evening, everyone. I'm here to present a briefing today that I'm not really excited about. However, as you know, that we operate at the Sheriff's Office with transparency, good news and not so good news. We employ over 1,000 deputies who put their life on the line every day. They stand in the gap between good and evil, and they do the right thing. The good news is one of our deputies, once again, did the right thing. He gave us information on one of his colleagues that issued a written threat of a mass shooting or an act of terrorism, and we've arrested that deputy. He's locked up. It's important to understand, not just today, not just the last month, but forever, that words matter. And threatening words to hurt, to kill, are not acceptable. This is Peter Haneen. He's 29 years old. He's worked for the Sheriff's Office for about 6.5 years as a deputy. He is suspended pending the termination process tonight, and he's locked up for a second-degree murder of threats. And here's what occurred. As you all well remember, we had an illegal entry into the Capitol on the 6th of January. And that night, he entered into a communication with another deputy, a friend of his. And he started saying some absolutely frightening things. That deputy was worried about his mental state, and the very next day that he reported to work, he told his lieutenant, he says, "Hey, I think you need to know what I know," and he presented some screenshots of some communication. The lieutenant immediately notified his commander, who notified the staff. We started an investigation, and we have made an arrest today. The investigation is still ongoing. I can tell you clearly and unequivocally that we not only arrested Peter Haneen for a second-degree felony, but the deputy that reported it got investigated as well. He totally cooperated. He said, "I get it. I'm the guy who came to you. I know, but you won't find any communication by me that was threatening." In fact, our deputy that reported this is a hero.
Well, howdy, y'all. Unky T here. Now, this here's a kind of tied into that story last week about that young feller making all sorts of threats on social media and what have you. Now, this police officer, he went beyond the pale with his rhetoric on this here subject. I think his heart was in the right place, but his mouth wasn't. So I certainly empathize with what he's saying. I don't agree with going out and killing people. That's probably not the thing to do, you know. Actually, it's definitely not the thing to do. So here you go.
Let me quote for you some of the communication, and then you'll be given copies of the screenshots. You shot someone for what? Climbing into a building? And then our deputy made a statement about it being burglary. And Haneen said, "You need to shoot the blank back. F the feds, shoot the Fed." And then Haneen said, next statement was, "Need to make the streets of D.C. run red with blood of the tyrants." The tyrants being the feds. Then Haneen said, "Should have drugged those tyrants out into the streets and executed them. Sick of the corruption." And our witness is now trying to talk him down. He said, "And this is why you'll disappear one night without a trace." Haneen says, "Bull, I'll kill the people, and he's talking about feds, and it's hard for me to talk about all this because he cussed it all through. Haneen said, then F the federal government. Then he said the FBI are corrupt. They're all corrupt. And then the witness says, you'll get one or two before you're taken out. Nah, I got a plan for that. At least I'll take them. I'll effing kill them all. Haneen then said, I have my stuff next to my bed ready to go. And then our witness says, maybe you'll get one or two before you're taken out. Nah, I got a plan. At least I'll take them. I'll effing kill them all. He said, you know, they may be listening to you. And he said, I'll slit their throats if they touch any of my family. I'll make them suffer. To which the witness says, well, you can't do any of that. If you're already dead, you're not Superman. You'll lose the fight. And this is where the threats begin according to law. A lot of this is just hate talk up to that point, unless you take the fight to them. So he's now talking proactively about what will happen in the future. And at that time, the witness says, because you can take them on all by yourself. And that's when he said, nope, me and all the other patriots and militias. And then Haneen advanced another threat. Oh no, it's not over. Any cop or military who stands in the way is the enemy. As you can see, I am angry beyond words. I am as proud of my witness, who is my deputy, as I could ever be, because he stood up and said, that's not the way the system works.
Well, that's exactly how the system works, because the Constitution sets forth a opportunity for the people of this country to take back their government from a tyrannical group of people or entities, foreign or domestic, who have wrested that control from the people. And I think there's just about enough evidence in the public domain to prove that what happened in this last election cycle was extremely unlawful, and not to mention immoral and criminal and treasonous. But who am I, right? Just some guy making YouTube videos, because poor old Trumpy, he was severely outnumbered, and God bless him for trying what he tried. But anyway, I think y'all understand that we have not only the right, but the duty afforded us by the Constitution to remove a tyrannical government, foreign or domestic. Now, that means these commies like YouTube and Google and all them, they've been keeping most of y'all in the dark because they don't want y'all to know what's going on. But we have the right to do it, and I think we should exercise that right in the form of militias, and do it legally or lawfully, and by the Constitution. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.